should you be using multiple time frames for day trading? For example, should you be using the daily time frame, or maybe the 5-minute for an entry, or the 60-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, or the 4-hour time frame and the 2-minute chart? Or even should you be using the weekly time frame and the 15-minute chart then to get into trades? And I think this really does confuse new day traders. So on this lesson, we're going to look at just 2 time frames to combine to really stack the odds on your side. Let's dive into those 2 charts now. Okay, so here I am inside my charting platform here. I've got the 5-minute chart, and I think the 5-minute chart is a nice time frame to start with because it gives you plenty of trading opportunities as a day trader. It's not hairy and too fast like a 1-minute time frame or even a 2-minute time frame, where it gets a little bit too quick for new traders and they get faked out of moves and they don't catch those big profitable trades. But a 5-minute time frame is a time frame that I feel is a nice solid time frame to use, nice and comfortable to use. And yesterday, if I go back to the trading from Monday of this week, it was all about buy signals on the 5-minute time frame. The euro yen, I was just looking for buy signals. I ignored the short side trading because of the bigger time frame that I'm going to show you was telling me to go long and stay long. So then I went down to the 5-minute chart and then just took long trades and ignored the actual short trades. So let's now dive into putting the other time frame on and just show you exactly what I meant. Now we've got a choice of many other time frames. They could be called anchor charts. We like to call them bias time frames here at Trading College. But here's the daily chart. So if I had to choose 2 time frames, I would choose the daily chart as my anchor chart, where the momentum's going on the daily, and then I would choose the 5-minute for entry, especially if you're new to trading, because what you could do, you could use your cursor on your chart and look for your buy signals, and then those buy signals then can be replicated over here on the left hand side on your 5-minute time frame as well. Okay, so use your cursor, because if you look for the buy signals that you're using on your daily chart, you can see how you got on with the 5-minute long entries. But I want to look at something much simpler than that. There's a tool in your charting platform. It's a horizontal line. Go and find it, because that for me is very good for telling you where support and resistance is on a chart. So if you go with that horizontal line, let's have a little look at what happened here. So from a technical point of view, the euro yen broke higher with momentum, broke out, okay? Then it had a pullback. Now a pullback coming into support for me is now an opportunity to want to buy. So I can go and get my horizontal line. I can put it across here, previous lows or highs, in this case these previous highs, and now it provides support for me. So I'm going to ignore any short side trade and only take the long sides because support is underneath. So use your anchor chart, your bigger time frame like the daily, as something that guides you to go long or short on the 5-minute time frame, and straight away you're now trading with much more probability of making a winning trade. There's another tool in your chart platform called a trend line. Take it and start drawing trend lines, because the daily time frame is what a lot of obviously swing traders are using. Most people have got their eye on the daily chart. Why can't I use a 5-minute combining the daily time frame, using support and resistance on the daily chart to tell me when to go long on a 5-minute time frame? And the great thing about using a 5-minute chart to take trades from the daily bias is you can have nice tight stops, and you're looking for like at least 2-to-1 risk reward on these trades minimum. So let's take a little look at oil. Oil yesterday, I was only long crude oil. Let's have a little look why. Let's get crude oil up here. You can see crude oil pushed up for several days, then come all the way down to a major support area. I used my horizontal lines to tell me I'm at support. And yesterday, I took advantage of this beautiful buy signal here. Oil rallied 100 points off of this area into this day here. Okay, so I wasn't going to be going short the market because there's momentum that's underneath the price pushing it higher with that support area. I only wanted to be looking for longs. So every day you're coming in to trade the markets, decide from the daily time frame, is it a long side trade or is it a short side trade? Let's have a little look at the NASDAQ here. We had a nice buy signal here a few days ago. We had a nice momentum up, and then we had a nice oversold scenario on our oscillator here. Today is really just long side trades. Let's look at the long side trade. One here this morning, the morning move, and then this great big one here, and then another one here, and now we're into the doldrums. I'm ignoring the short side. I'm only going long. So I'm going to get this horizontal tool, this line, and I'm going to put it across the highs here because I don't want to be buying when it gets to 18,462. So when price on this market gets to 18,462, which is going to be a lot higher than where we're sitting right now, so 18,466 in fact, which is right here. When price gets to that area right here, I don't want to buy the market because if I get a buy signal here, it's likely to drop 20, maybe 30 points because it's a resistance area. I want to buy it as it turns around and rallies into that area. So buying around here if I do get a buy signal. I want to ignore. So use your horizontal lines, use your trend lines on the daily time frame, guys. And it really does. Here's one I've just looked at here on the euro versus the US dollar. Daily time frame, we've come down. We're rallying into our resistance lines. There's no way I'm buying this market here. If I was going to buy it, it would be way before here. But it would be only short side trades I would be looking to do because the daily time frame is much more powerful than the 5-minute chart. The 5-minute chart is less looked at than the daily time frame. So as I go through, you can see here, well, there's nothing on that. There's no support or resistance really. There's resistance in here that's on the Aussie dollar. I'll be looking for no long trades. Even though this went up quite nicely, I'd be looking for short side trades because it's coming into resistance. Gold market here, well, support is underneath price. Look at this lovely buy. I'm only looking for long side trades. So I'm combining, there's no areas here of where I'm looking for shorts on gold. I'm just looking for long buyer signals. Okay, so combining that daily time frame and the 5-minute, if that's all your analysis can take at the moment, then just use those two time frames. As you become more experienced as a trader, you can start then combining more time frames because at the start of your learning, your journey, it gets a little bit confusing, it gets a little bit too much, and it gets what we call in the industry analysis paralysis, where one time frame saying long and another time frame staying short. I would advise you to cut all that back, maybe use 2 time frames to start with, and take your day trades from that smaller time frame, okay, and use your bigger time frame for that momentum, using support resistance, using the trend lines, using that horizontal line, and making sure that you're not trading around those support and resistance areas unless you're trading on the right side of where support is. Okay, support is always underneath price, resistance is always above the price. If you've got support underneath the price, you'll be looking for long side trades on your entry time frame, in this case the 5-minute time frame. Hope it helps, guys. Got any comments, just leave them down below. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you're liking these education videos. And I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.